some years with
Anthem
just
TV,
3 haircuts.
a free streaming digital
And then when I would go
community.
get it cut,
With
it
a
would just
click
be
of
like
a
a little
mouse or a tap on your phone.
Well, because I got
you
the
have
George
instant
Jefferson,
access to
I have
free
to cut
TV
my shit
shows,
like once a week.
movies on
Like,
demand,
because we always got meetings.
music,
Like, if I didn't have
pay-per-view
meetings, we weren't
events,
so
and
busy,
so
Yeah.
much more.
I would let it fluff
Download
out.
Anthem
But we always
TV
got to
on your
go see
smartphone,
somebody. So
smart
I'm like,
TV,
damn, we
or
cut this
any
shit.
streaming
Yeah, I don't know,
device
man.
and
I just,
enjoy instant
it's not that
access.
because I'm getting older. It's
Subscribe
just,
and
I don't know. I
download
just,
Anthem
I
TV
like
today.
it shorter now.
Yeah.
There was a
Looks
time,
good.
there was a time not long ago where I kept it long and I liked it long and floppy and weird. And, I was in Hawaii. There were times where I could pull that some bitch back in a ponytail and stick it through a hat.
You were channeling your inner Manu.
Yeah. Yeah, but my hair. Anyway, thank
Yeah,
you.
anyway.
I did
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a haircut. I like to get them more often. I feel more clean cut, more business like, and
I'm 50. Say it.
I'm 50. I'm
I'm
getting
50.
old. Not that old men can't have long hair, but old men should not have super long hair unless they're like Willie Nelson or somebody like
Yeah, unless
that.
you're a badass.
If you're just a random dude and you're over 60, you probably shouldn't have it to the middle of your back. However, random old men have lived long enough to do whatever the hell they want.
Right.
So that being said,
Now, what you swinging about?
no, man, it's something I've bitched about before. There's no end game to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not anytime soon anyway. So, we live inner San Antonio.
Yes.
We're 09ers, and go Mules. I don't know, do they have a
Alamo
slogan?
Whites.
Do the Mules have? Do we have a slogan?
I don't know. What's a mule?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. So, but Nina's son lives up on the north side, far north side. His dad.
Oh,
he
gotcha,
goes
gotcha,
back and
gotcha.
forth. He goes
Yeah.
back and forth, and
Okay.
so we go up there a lot. The week that he's with us, he works. And because he works up there too. So I go to the north side almost every night. I either dropping him off at school because he goes to school on the north side,
Right.
or we're picking him up from work, or whatever. We wind up going up there a lot when he's with us.
Oh, I said where you going.
Yeah. And it's not even just that area, but that's the area that I'm at the most. Again, I've said this before. It's a sad scene to try to drive anywhere in our city.
It's bad.
And
dog.
look, man,
this city is in a bad place.
We're
dog.
under siege by TxDOT. We really are. And it's almost like TxDOT is Putin, and the city of San Antonio is Trump. And TxDOT is definitely the city of San Antonio's. Well, let me rephrase. San Antonio is TxDOT's bitch right now.
Right.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You cannot. I know that population boom and a lot of the roads are overdue being fixed, but you cannot tell me that it has to be this bad, this long at the same time. I don't mind a big project, but they got 4 or 5. We've had 4 to 5 major, massive, complete overhauls to freeway areas in the city.
And we ain't even talking about 35. Yeah, we ain't even talking about 35 has been being built for 20 years.
No, I don't even.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, like that's a whole other topic.
Right, dude. There's nothing to be said. I tweeted something about this last night. Most people agree. There's always going to be people that TxDOT, because what one of my problems is it's hard to keep up with the changes. You never know when they're going to be closed. This weekend they put some stuff in the local paper. TxDOT tweeted, hey, don't forget, we're going to be closed all weekend. The I-10 1604 crossover. They're building these massive flyovers, and it's taken them years and years. And I get that work needs to be done.
Do it, and there's no great time
They're
to
not
do it.
doing a good enough job of informing the public. They're not. Because last night, driving home, I go up there so often I have to strategize when we go up there early to pick him up from work. That way we're coming home right before they close down the freeway at 9 o'clock.
Right, they shut it down.
But all these going home, I just felt so bad, Rudy. It looked like the ending of Field of Dreams where there's a million white headlights coming. It's just so bad. So many people are just held hostage in their cars every night. And here's the thing. It's hard to keep up with the changes because there's some nights where they make a decision to close a ramp or close an on-ramp in the moment because they're working.
Right.
Or there's some nights where, the Twitter says it's closed, but then you go up there and it's actually open because it's a work in progress.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't.
Yeah, they're literally changing.
Yeah.
But I just again, like I get, man. Look, our population's booming, and that's great as a city. We live in San Antonio. Me and Rudy. For those that don't know, we do. Most of you are San Antonians, but it's just, and it's the fact that it's gone on so many years, and these projects, these are major projects, and they're going on simultaneously.
Mhm.
They're still closing off and off ramps
Now,
over by 281 and 1604. By up going towards Stone
Oh,
Oak.
dog.
They're
Yeah.
still closing
I got a
that.
building over there. It's an ass whip.
It's an
Now,
ass
if Elon wants to look into people that aren't doing their jobs,
TxDOT.
Look, yo,
TxDOT.
look, and I'm going to be honest.
The city of San Antonio.
If I worked on those jobs and I was able to ride the clock for $25, $30 an hour, I would probably do it as well. But my beef isn't the fact when it is. Okay, it's got to be on the weekend. It's got to be at night. I get that. But let's be efficient.
It's not.
Like you can pull up and they just shooting the shit. You pull up to any construction where they just sitting there shooting the shit. Sorry, fellas. It is what it is. I know some of y'all love us and we love y'all too, but some of y'all be riding the clock, and that's why it takes so long. You look at some countries, they finish shit like this in a month or two.
Sure.
It don't take no 2 years to do that.
Yeah.
But you milking the clock. And the longer the job takes. Oh, well, we need this part. We need this part. Oh, it rained. Blah blah blah. It's always an excuse.
Well, I know there's absolutely. I can't even talk. I'm so pissed about it. There's no way that they're not fudging books. This is about money.
They're milking it.
People getting super duper rich on a project that should take a year, but they're having them take 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They normally go way over budget. And that's fine.
But we're too big for that now.
I know. My biggest problem is they're doing these jobs at the same time.
Right.
They're doing them simultaneously. And that keeps our city under siege. Screw the citizens. To hell with Joe Blow. F everybody.
It makes you not want to go anywhere on the weekend.
You just can't. You can't go to the north side. No, man. We have passed Austin for biggest ass whip traffic city in Texas.
I literally get into my car on a Friday night or Saturday night, and I'm like, oh, wait. Oh, no. Can't go. Let's go this way. Let's go that way.
Sure.
It's like figuring out a Pythagorean theorem, before you try to take a trip somewhere. And I'm way out. So everywhere I go, I have to take 1604.
Right.
So, yeah, definitely an ass whip.
Yeah.
If that's an early punch, that's a good one.
Man. And another problem, what sucks is the area that we have to drive up to, 1604 and I-10 headed west up toward Bernie.
That's the heart of it.
That area right there.
That's the heart of it.
The lights don't work, and they have the big giant streets.
So then
big
big
lights. You can't even see.
Oh, you can't see.
Going.
Got you. Yeah.
They don't work, and they have not worked in months. And I don't understand. Like the big giant freeway lights. When you get up when you're going up I-10 toward the rim, right past Days of Vala, there's a ton of those major highway lights. They have those big lights that light up highways. They have been off for months. People have gotten killed because you can't see where you're going because you never know what road's going to lead to an exit or a concrete wall because of the fucking construction. We are under siege, and it is a colossal ass whip. I hate it.
Yeah.
Good really, really
good early punch.
Thank you, man. It is episode 291. It is in the building with me and Rudy at the Texas Cheers Studios, live from Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. He needs a nickname. It's a weird Bouquet.
I mean, you guys already call me No Huevos.
No Huevos.
Yeah, let's call it
No Huevos.
No Huevos.
Bookie. He's a gambling fiend. Maybe we should call him Bookie.
Jose Bookie.
Yeah, Jose Bookie. Jose
Bookie.
How did it go this weekend? Did you lose your ass again on the?
Of course he did. He lost like $25.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not terrible.
No, I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
No, it was all right. I couldn't complain. I made some money on the Atlanta Drive last night in the TGL. So shout out to them.
Wait, excuse me.
You are not betting on golf TGL.
Yeah, of course. They won the championship.
Where
the Tiger League, the indoor league?
Yeah, it was great.
I need to talk to your parents. This is going you're only 27 and you're betting on TGL. This has got to stop. This only gets worse, bro.
I mean, it was a great time. We won. We won. It was no sweat.
Speaking of brackets and winning, What are we looking like against those bums? I was off yesterday.
Well, I can tell you.
Oh shit, are we getting our ass kicked?
No, we're not actually. I'm glad you asked, Rudy. No thanks to me.
Shout out to the SEC, by the way.
They're ahead of us, but no thanks to my ass. Rudy, I am one of the worst college hoops predictors.
Me
in
too.
in
I am.
America.
All of America is, Mike.
But I've never been this bad.
Okay.
Let me tell you how bad I am. There are 61 participants in the building challenge. I am sitting 60th. Only
my
one
Lord.
person is worse than me right now. Only one. Nationally on ESPN.com, I'm in the 14th percentile for people in rankings. I'm like 67 millionth place.
Okay.
Seriously. I can't even look at my bracket anymore. I'd rather have paper cuts on my
let's just
coins
look at
than
our
look at
team.
my bracket.
Let's look at our team bracket then. Okay.
Let me just real quick. This will never fucking happen again.
What won't?
Because you know I'm competitive. I will never have a bracket this terrible again.
Is it that?
Shit, I almost can't possibly have one this
Yeah,
bad.
it can only go up, Mike.
No, I will never not. I've just paid. I don't pay any attention to college hoops ever
Right.
until the day of the tournament, and then act like a badass and fill out a bracket. You cannot do that.
No.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Number one overall of the 61
Of our bracket.
in
the building.
the in the building challenge. Number one overall is something called Toppin TU, aka AJ Flores of the Baseline Bums.
He's number one.
First place overall. He's tied
number
for
one.
First. He's tied for first with two other people, including former Ticket 760 traffic man General Grievous. Oh, traffic.
He's up in there?
Yeah, he's tied for first.
Okay.
And then something called 806 World Champs is tied for first place with AJ from the Bums. These three guys are I'm in the 14th percentile.
Mm-hmm.
These three dudes are in the 99th percentile, tied for first. Pretty badass. I mean, I
got to give it up then. I'll tip my cap, AJ. I'll tip my cap,
man. The Bums are leading in the building as a team.
Okay.
But it's close. 520. They have 520 points. We're sitting at 510 points.
Ooh.
So only a 10-point difference. And our Final Four is a lot different because they've got Houston winning it all. They've got Tech in their Final Four. We don't.
Well, we as a show picked Duke. I picked Florida.
Oh, my
You keep
God.
reminding us that.
Here we go again. By the way, the max score as well is close. They can only get 1,800. We can get 1,750.
Okay. If they're
So
right
we need
the rest of the way.
But that means
It's
they
about
would win.
Texas Tech. It comes down to Tech.
Yeah, because they got Tech going far.
They got Tech in the Final Four.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't. So that's going to wind up being the difference. So shout out to the Bums. I'm not surprised they're
Shout
doing
out to
well.
AJ.
Hey, I don't work with shit. We wouldn't have hired their ass for Love You Hard TV and put their show on our channel if I thought they didn't know what they were talking about.
I like that spin.
So y'all are welcome, America.
I like that.
Of course
spin.
they're winning. Of course they're winning. They better fucking win. I put them on this channel. Oh, geez.
I like that spin.
7 SEC schools in the Sweet 16. By far the all-time record.
SEC is showing their teeth, man. I was like, damn, 7? Again, when they got 14, I was like, okay, they're probably deserving. I didn't know it was going to be 7 teams alive for the Sweet 16. You might as well at this point. If they're going to do this in basketball, and we already know what they do in football, I would annex too.
Again,
if we're the best basketball conference, we're the best football conference. Why would we stay with the NCAA? Hey, Big Ten, y'all want to just form a TGL? Y'all want to go live and just do us? If it's going to be this way in basketball, and if I'm not mistaken, who won baseball? A&M played who?
The Natty last year?
Yeah.
Who did win the national championship?
Did they play Tennessee?
I think Tennessee won it. Tennessee won the Natty.
Is that not they were playing against A&M, right?
Yeah, it was an all SEC final.
Well, shit, Mike. Why?
It's time for us to move away.
We
don't need nobody. We don't need them.
There's no reason for us to sit around and play with these stupid NCAA rules.
I agree.
We're the best baseball, basketball, and football.
That's correct. And women's too.
And
the women's teams, the women's leagues, they kick ass too.
Damn.
By the way, here's your fun fact of the day: the last few champions: Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, COVID, Vanderbilt.
In baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get the fuck out.
So the league's won like 6 in a row, or
in
like 6
baseball.
out of 7.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I don't even know why there is a College World Series. Just have an SEC tournament, and there's your champion.
It's time.
It's way past
It's time.
We don't.
And I
we
know
don't
that's
need
not where we're
anybody
going,
else.
but now that I'm thinking about it,
Well, it may not. The SEC might not be a complete independent sports league.
I would get the Big Ten.
We're headed toward a conjunction with the Big Ten.
I go live
Absolutely.
and go get
No
me in the
question.
Big Ten because that's all I'd want to see.
Absolutely. I
Sorry, Colorado. Sorry, Texas Tech.
I like other schools, but man, the SEC's the king. They're the premier league. They're La Liga. They're tier 1. They should just have their own damn sports league and make a ton of money.
It's funny seeing UT,
and UT not one of the 7.
I know, but no, it's funny seeing like UT like embrace. Well, this city embraced the SEC now because for the longest we hated them because we're SEC fatigued because we're a UT city.
Yep.
And all we talked about was Bama and LSU.
Sure.
But now you're like, hey, you're over there with the big bad wolves, and like, yeah, you know what? Let's annex.
Absolutely. Could not agree more. It is in the building. You can support us by commenting in the chat, which many of you already are doing. Support us even further than that by giving us a tip through the super chat, or you can buy us coffees by going to the Buy Me a Coffee link, which is already up there in the chat right now. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's called Love You Hard TV. It's absolutely free. You can also become an exclusive member, however, for only $6 a month. And I think we're going to do a little shorty today, are we not? If we have time,
I know we got to get out of here. If we could,
perhaps, but there'll be at least 2 this week for members exclusive. For people that are exclusive members, you're going to get some content this week.
A little bit.
All right, show brought to you in part by Ribaldo. The official real estate agent of us is Jay Ribaldo.
What's up, Chicky?
Still got that. I guess we're calling it like a blitz, like a marketing social media blitz. It's looking good. He's getting a lot of replies off that. I hope he winds up selling a house.
Good.
Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate man, in the building. If you are in the market to buy, if you're in the market to sell, if you're in the market to maybe buy something with the goal of turning it around and renting it out and then selling it as an investment property, Jay's really good at finding those for people too. Whatever it is you need, he's our guy. Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate agent, Ribaldo Realty Group, the defending Rookie of the Year in this region for Keller Williams. It is Jay Ribaldo, 210-887-1081. You can check out all of his listings at ribaldo.com.
Jose Bookie, where's the super chat? The fans are asking, whatever that is.
Oh, okay. Are they not able to tip us by the super chat today?
Julian says, am I the only one not seeing the super chat? Matt says, no, it's not there for me either. What is the super chat?
That's how they tip us.
Oh, shit.
Get that up there. There ain't no reason to be here if we're not making any money.
No shit.
Okay, well, it's on according to.
Moving on.
All right, I'm not gonna criticize you.
It probably
I'm not gonna criticize you.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna criticize. He's delirious. He's been Palooza's kicked Jose Bookie's ass.
Over now. But if it's already been posted, then then he did his job. Maybe getting here 8 minutes before the show started.
Wow.
Wow.
It was actually a little early.
Falsehoods.
Slugs.
All right.
Mike came in throwing slugs.
We took the day off yesterday, so I'm all pent up.
I know. I had a lot to talk about too.
What else today? Speaking of Texas not being one of the 7 SEC schools in the Sweet 16, I do believe that's going to change. I believe it's going to change as early as next year. I'm willing to actually bet money right now that in a year, the Longhorns are in the Sweet 16, because for the first time in a long time, they're going to actually have somebody who can coach the immense talent that they have every single stinking year. After Chris Del Conte over the weekend rights a wrong and hires Sean Miller away from Xavier. He was at Xavier and then went to Arizona because of the massive success he had at Xavier. He was one of the many coaches and programs when he was at Arizona to get swept up in that FBI shit with Adidas and the shoe deals and all that.
Exactly.
And so he winds up out of a job at Arizona, back at Xavier. 3 years ago, when they decided to fire Chris Beard in Austin, which Rudy and I have agreed they shouldn't have, they had their eyes on Sean Miller at that time. But I think Chris Del Conte, the AD at Texas, You know, I'm very biased. I love Chris. I try to look at it with no purple because he's the former TCU AD.
Yeah.
Basically made TCU athletics good. I think that he was pressured. He was new on the job when that Chris Beard shit went down with his fiance. Chris was not. He hadn't been there long, and I feel like he was pressured to promote an assistant. And the PR move, I don't know what you want to call
Well,
it.
I think it was more also because Rodney did a lot of recruiting, so Rodney had a relationship
He
with a lot
was
of
a
guys.
great
So
recruit.
he was able to. They felt like he was going to be able to retain some of their guys without them all bolting
And he
because
did,
of
and he actually
Beard.
did, but they just didn't win.
They made a good run under him. Didn't they go what final 8, Elite 8?
I don't remember that for that year with Chris's team.
Yeah, it was Beard's team.
I just Sean Miller is absolutely elite. Rodney Terry is really good. Like I said this last week, I wouldn't have a problem with Terry being coach at TCU. But you're Texas, and when you're Texas, you have to have top 5 in everything when it comes to coaching.
Damn,
you should not have a coach who's not in the top 5 of his or her profession if it says UT on your shirt. Period. And I think Sean Miller has a strong case of being a top 5, certainly a top 10 at this point.
If we rewind to last week, what we all discussed here was, okay, this time they can't go get the middle of the road dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel like that was I said they needed to go land a big fish.
Yeah.
Does this qualify?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he was good at Arizona.
Okay.
He got swept up by the FBI sting. Xavier has always overachieved with him. He just took a bunch of kids with no NBA talent and whooped the shit out of Texas last week in the play-in game. And the Longhorns have 3 kids that will probably play in the league, 2 for sure. Hell, one's a lottery pick. Was it Trey Johnson? And Texas was non-competitive in that Xavier game. So I think Sean Miller's great. I think he's a stud, and give him a year, and I think he'll kick ass. I loved Chris Beard, but he's gone. So Sean Miller it is, and I think Texas will get over the hump. I'm willing to bet money right now they're in the Sweet 16.
But is it, as you said, stressed? I know baseball, I know football, that's obvious. Is it Texas when we talk basketball? You know what I mean? When you say,
look at the recruiting.
Texas.
Yeah.
Is it the same with basketball?
It's time to become that.
Okay.
You're in the SEC. All your kids are making a ton of money in NIL deals.
No shit.
You have lots of money. Yeah, it's time to become Texas. You're Texas.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason you can't be a football and a baseball and a basketball school. Again,
volleyball.
Again,
track. Yeah.
Swimming.
Everything.
You're Texas. You're
Amen.
Texas. Did we get are people able to tip us now, Jose?
Yeah, but just turn it off and on like the old people do.
Okay, you just reboot that bitch. Somebody try and put a tip in there. The first person to tip's going to win an in the building coaster from me.
Oh wow!
The very next person
to
tip us through the super chat is
trying
to
make sure my
score
live is on. Go ahead.
I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Next person to super chat tip is going. I'm gonna deliver you or send to you in the mail an in the building drinking coaster. I actually have one in my backpack. I'll give it out today.
Okay.
First person to tip. So if you notice somebody, hit me up.
All
right. Have you watched any of the women's stuff? All I know is it's all in your face because ESPN gives it equal treatment. I can't go anywhere without seeing what the women are doing. Well, I did see we had a big injury last night.
Yeah, see, I don't know much about the women's side. I know South Carolina is really, really good. I know Paige Bucher is really, really good. And I know Juju Watkins is the best women's basketball player in the world. And she just tore her ACL last night. That's all I can tell you. That sucks for her. That's why, again, there's certain women that shouldn't have to do 4 years in college. I know they have that weird rule. Or I don't know if they lessened it, but most women, there's a good 5-6 women that should be able to leave whenever they want to. And Juju is one of them. She should already be in the WNBA. She didn't even be playing in that nonsense. And I see him there. I saw Jay Glenn post something that said, yeah, we should only have 16 women's teams.
Total?
No, in the tournament. When you look at some of the scores from the early rounds, 108 to 30.
Yeah.
There's no need for 60 women's teams.
UConn.
It should be 6. I know, and again, I'm sorry. I got 3 daughters. All right. I love women. I got a mom, 2 sisters, a wife, whatever. I love women. We only need 16 teams. That's enough. 60. Playing somebody at home because of where it's set up, Playing
Mhm.
somebody at home and beating them by 60
Yeah.
serves nobody. Serves
No.
nobody.
UConn
16
won by
teams.
69 points.
Come on, dog.
Against Arkansas State.
Come on, dog.
There shouldn't. Yeah, I know.
Let's do again. I'm not
I don't
against the women.
disagree.
I think the women's game has made huge strides and it's gotten easier to watch because they're more skilled and the women have
It's
gotten
okay
better.
to say that. It's okay to say what you're saying.
No, they've
You don't
gotten
have to
better.
qualify.
They've gotten better. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the women's side, but I don't need to see Arkansas State get beat by 60.
No,
Nobody needs
no.
that. And Arkansas State don't need it.
Well, I mean,
Thank you, Julian B. $20. So I guess the super chat's working.
But what's going to happen in our culture that we live in is if the NCAA decides we're going to go to a 32 team field and we're going to have an expanded NIT for women,
they're going to get mad.
They're going to get mad. But I would say, so
it's okay.
My reply is, so what?
Dude, there's a lot that goes on in this world that I have to deal with, that I just have to deal with.
Correct. Like the traffic in this city.
Yeah. So like
they'll
be okay.
But I can't do anything about it.
They'll be okay. We do not need 60-something women's teams.
No, we don't. Julian, we don't need 68 men's teams. The playing games are dumb. Julian just donated $19.99 in the building. Thank you, Julian. You have scored yourself a in the building coaster. You saw the ones I had last week or the other day.
I love those coasters.
They're cool.
They're
like
good.
Made out of stone.
Yeah.
And it's got our logo carved into the coaster. Looks really nice.
Yeah.
Looks really cool.
I love those coasters.
All right. So Julian, reach out to me. He always does. He knows how to get a hold of me, and I will take care of you. It is in the building. You can watch in the building every day. Hello, Anthem TV.
What's up, Anthem? What up, Nathaniel?
Download the Anthem TV app for absolutely free. You can listen to us if you want the audio versions. Those are loaded every day as soon as the show is over, right, Jose Bouquet?
Yep.
Every day when the show ends, within 5 minutes, the shows get downloaded or uploaded or whatever the word is.
Jose, just for record,
to Spotify and Apple and iHeart and on down.
It's going to be in August, and he's going to be reminding you.
That's okay. That's okay. I have one job now after this week, so it'll be great. I'll have more time for Mike Taylor.
Excellent. Thank you. There's always more time for Mike Taylor. Thank you to the Believe Podcast Network.
What up, Believe?
Because here's the thing. If we don't get that sumbitch loaded, I get 80 people in my inbox. Where the fuck's your show? I'll listen to it on Spotify.
If you want more subscribers, you should be consistent.
And then I get...
Is that Charles Barkley?
Yeah, no.
And then I get Believe. Email me, hey, you guys gonna load that show? Give me a minute.
Believe wants their 55 cents from our show.
A minute. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody just became a new member. Was it
scroll up for me, Josie?
Something with a shotgun or somebody. Alex with a shotgun just became a new member. Very good. So Alex will be able to watch all of our exclusive members only.
Are we gonna do the Thursday show on members again?
I think we absolutely should.
So if you're a member, you'll get to see our radio show.
Absolutely. The show also streams every day on Facebook and Twitter, so there's no excuse. We're everywhere.
We're still on Twitter?
Should be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
every single day. You got to be able to find this show. All right. Don't want to bring the room down too much. A couple of baseball points here.
Who died?
Brett Gardner's 14-year-old son. Did y'all see this weirdness?
No.
So Brett Gardner, who played 14 seasons, all with the Yankees, won a World Series for the Yankees. He was an all-star a couple of years. He was a solid, scrappy outfielder for the Yankees for a long time. Got his family. He's got 3 boys. One of his boys is a grown man, but he's got 2 teenagers. He and his wife and their 2 teenagers go down to Costa Rica for vacation, a place that I've been for vacation and love very much and would like to go back. So overnight, they're in wherever they're staying. The next morning, they go on there and they realize that their 14-year-old is dead. And obviously,
he's in the room.
Out. Yeah.
Dead.
And so this happened a few days ago, and they're saying now that he died due to food intoxication.
What do you mean?
Which caused asphyxiation.
What he ate? So he ate something he's allergic to, and it swelled up his throat.
Sounds like it. So I don't know if he ate something like weird down there because he's in another country, or he had an allergy that he was unaware of, but it sounds like he ate something, then went to sleep, and it choked him to death. Cut off his oxygen, and the kid died while he was asleep. Horrible scene. It's a terrible scene. I got kids, and I've been to Costa Rica, and so it's just I can't even imagine you can't imagine the death of your kid anyway. But then all of you're in another country. You got another son. Your wife's there. You've got to deal with this. You got to get back to America. So I have some friends actually. Their son's grown right now.
Mm-hmm.
They were in Costa Rica one year. Totally, Costa Rica's awesome to visit. So I don't want Costa Rica to get a bad rap here.
No.
So they were mountain climbing in Costa Rica once. And my buddy of mine, his son and his ex-wife took her son. That was her and her new husband and her son. They have a son together. And my buddy, obviously, they're divorced, so he didn't go. But they're down there on a vacation in Costa Rica, and they're climbing way the hell up in the mountains. And the kid suffered some sort of what was it? Some sort of maybe an aneurysm or some sort of a stroke. He was a teenage boy and passed out way the hell up in the jungle of Costa Rica. And my buddy gets a call. I don't want to say the kid's name. He's passed out. He's not doing good. We're airlifting him to a hospital. They had to take him to like not a lot of massive cities in Costa Rica, for Pete's sake. And so they had to airlift him. That took hours to get him to a hospital. They don't know what's going on. They finally revive him, kind of. He's in a hospital somewhere in Costa Rica. My buddy has to fly to Costa Rica, help arrange to have him flown in a medevac to Austin, where they were from. And they thought they were going to lose him on the flight to Austin from Costa Rica. He got out of it and pulled through. But I saw that Brett Gardner story, and it just made the blood stop flowing in my body. Man, that's a terrible freaking thing. Kid was 14 years old. 14. So that sucks. Anyhow, y'all hyped for baseball season. That's a hell of a way to ask you that question. Thursday is baseball season.
Is opening day Thursday?
Thursday, man.
I think the city of Cincinnati, that's a holiday. Like the kids don't go to school.
Really?
You can look that up. Bookie. But I'm almost positive in Cincinnati, that is a day off of school for most kids. I think for the whole damn city.
It's like the biggest, like the biggest and best like opening day of baseball. They take it very seriously.
Even though the Reds suck.
Yeah, and they have a new manager, shout out to Terry Francona.
Terry Francona's the Reds manager?
Yeah.
He's going to manage then he drops dead.
Well, then they're going to be good.
Yeah.
Terry wins. Terry knows how to manage baseball.
All he does.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty decent this year.
That's all he does. All right, I'm going to get another early punch in.
Okay, who we punching?
Since I guess we're doing boogie. Ooh.
Well, let's punch. What you want to do? You want to do okay right now?
Come on.
Want to do Kels now? No.
Yeah, we can do it.
Let's do Kels.
Let's just do punching. All right, fine. Let's do some punching. Presented by the official lawman in the building, the official family lawyer, is Orlando Kell. I want to punch Houston Chronicle sports culture reporter, Lee Van, or maybe it's Leah Van. The Chronicle has a sports culture reporter, which I guess makes sense. It's like the TMZ has sports now.
Isn't that what
GQ has sports now?
Isn't that what what's her name was for Express? Was it Jeannie Jackal?
No, she was just a media critic.
Oh, okay. I thought she was
wasn't just sports.
Because she came after you a couple times.
She tried to talk some sports and didn't know what she was talking about. Yeah, she did try to come after me, but she quit coming after me when I went back after her.
My man. What did this Leah Van do?
Once again, this fear mongering, man. So this is in today's Chronicle. I'm not even sure how y'all care about this. It's just one of these things that makes me it ass whips me to no end. Like, I'm in a bad mood today. There's a lot of dumb people in the world.
Why? You got on a nice shirt, you got a haircut. What are you pissed about?
Well, I mean, so she writes in the Chronicle. Here's the headline: Trump's travel ban.
Oh shit.
Could impact Astros key stars.
Could.
Here's how.
Could impact.
President Trump's travel ban could cause issues for Venezuelan and Cuban players. And once again,
is she right though?
Fuck no, she's not right. There's no way that President Trump's going to keep Jose Altuve from getting a travel visa.
Oh,
President Trump is a huge sports fan. He's a huge baseball fan. So it's gotten so insane that this anti-Trump movement by the media in all walks, but now it's all in fucking sports too. This is not. I'm not even a Trump voter.
No, I know.
But I have to call bullshit when I see it.
Yeah.
And it's like this guy can't do any right with half the country, and that's bullshit, whether you don't like him or not.
Yeah.
But it's criticize the things he does. What we do, the media is so bad about criticizing the things that they think he might do.
But they
wait till he does something that you don't like. He threatens a lot of shit. He does none of it. Hardly any of it.
They did the same thing to Biden.
They got their ass called out for
it. They
it.
did the same thing. It's like you fighting, it's two kids in the same.
And I called their asses out too, which is why we need to have a third party or go independent. So she writes, President Donald Trump's anticipated travel ban affecting citizens from over 40 countries she's saving herself. She's
saving herself by
directly impact the Astros.
That's fear mongering.
According to a release from the White House in January, the administration was tasked with determining the necessary information required from any country for its nationals to enter the U.S. by implementing stricter standards. The administration was expected to submit a list of countries that exhibit, quote, deficient vetting and screening information that warrant a partial or full suspension of their nationals' entry. Basically, the U.S. government's like, hey, Venezuela, y'all have shitty vetting when it comes to who you let leave your country.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have shitty vetting. And Cuba does too. These are countries that a lot of poor people try to come here. Not you, Bouquet. His parents are rich. They chose to come here on their own. Jose Bouquet's family obeyed the law and migrated from Venezuela to the United States, which is why we make immigration jokes, but he's never going to get kicked out of the country. He's a citizen, rightfully so, as are his parents, because they legally followed the necessary steps to become Americans, and they are. But this bullshit where, Trump's cracking down on immigration from 40 different countries, and Venezuela's one of them, so that could hurt Jose Altuve in the future. Bitch, he already fucking lives here. He's in, as far as I know, he was in spring training, was he not?
Now I know over time,
that's bullshit.
There have been times like a few Canadian basketball players' visa stuff got mixed up and they got left in Canada. Like
for a few days.
That's happened.
Tops.
It's happened before.
A few days, maybe.
When you're dealing, the only reason why, first of all, when she says she leaves herself some wiggle room to be wrong.
She's making
up
stuff.
The same time, when you're dealing with somebody like him, and that's erratic and that tries to sign executive orders for the dumbest shit in the world, he makes it possible for people to write stupid hit pieces like that. And it's working. I'm sure she probably got the most clicks out the Chronicle this week. Salute to her for finding a way to get clicks, but he leaves the door open by being the type of person that he is. But she's definitely fear mongering because that's not going to happen.
Correct.
That's not going to happen.
I agree. Yeah. Look, our president's an asshole.
He's different.
Sure, he's an asshole mostly.
Yeah.
But you just can't go create stories because he's an asshole.
Right. You can't create stuff.
It's such a reach. We're going to do a Houston Astros story in the Houston Chronicle sports section.
And they let her run it.
It's their way of criticizing.
They could have shut the piece down.
It's the Chronicle's way of criticizing Trump's immigration policy. Fine. Write a column in the news section criticizing the president's immigration policy. That's absolutely fair. Write a column on that. But don't back-asswards take a shot at the policy in the sports section by, Jose Altuve could have issues. No, he probably sees that and goes, I already live here. I don't know what the problem is. Yordan Alvarez, he's from Cuba. He's already here. He was in Kissimmee the entire spring. What the fuck are we doing? Yes, he's an asshole. Maybe you don't agree with his immigration crackdown. That ain't got shit to do with Jose Altuve. So punch her for making up some bullshit. Just let the bitch write a column ripping President Trump's policy. Don't try to backdoor criticize it by bringing up Jose Altuve maybe having visa issues. No, he's not. He's a dual citizen. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Punch her. Who you punching?
I'm gonna punch. Since I guess we just punch women today, I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna punch Angel Reese. I was supposed to punch her last week.
All right.
For talking about, our CBA is coming up in the WNBA, and if we don't like the numbers, we're sitting out. Angel, sweetheart, I like you. I respect you. I appreciate you trying to be the voice But let me tell you something. Y'all had one of the best years ever at WNBA, if not the best, and y'all still lost 40, $50 million. Y'all still lost 40 to $50 million. You still only surviving because the NBA pays all of your bills. If y'all went away, nobody would know. 2, nobody would care. Be careful what you say. Because, like, again, you're already dealing with the sport that most people don't give a damn about. And then when you start threatening people about a sport that most people don't give a damn about, it gives people that already hate the sport that they don't watch even more. It gives people more of a reason to talk shit about your product. So, sweetie, stop. I get it. I know you're trying to be the LeBron of the WNBA. You want to be the voice of, like, hey, I'm going to be the person to stand up. Y'all aren't in position to play hardball. Y'all had the best season ever, more sellouts than you've ever had, and you still lost $50 million. Think about that. Your best season ever. The WNBA has been around for forever, and you finally had your best season ever, and you still lost money. You're not in position to do that. Punch Angel a jab, because it's like, yo, she just don't get it. Like, I see where you're coming from, but nobody's going to bat for you. And the ladies already don't make enough money to sit out. That's the problem. That's why the NFL PA sucks, because the guys 25 through 53 don't make enough money to sit around and not get paid. So they end up signing a bullshit deal.
Mm-hmm.
So if the WNBA, where you're already going to Russia and China and these alternate leagues to make, Diana Taurasi made way more money overseas. Brittany Griner made more money overseas than they ever did in the WNBA. When you're already in that position, players 3 through 12 can't sit out. They're not getting McDonald money like you. They're not getting Nike money like Caitlin Clark. They're not getting that money. So players 3 through 12 are like, no, the hell, we're not sitting out. Angel Reese don't speak for me. I'm only making $50K. So I get where you're coming from, Angel, but I got to punch you for not being able to read the room.
How old is Angel Reese?
24, 25.
If that,
somewhere
She's a
around there.
kid.
She had to go 4 years of college, so I'm thinking she's
22.
She's 22. Okay,
Okay.
she's 22.
So look, the WNBA has gotten more popular. I think. I assume it has. Is that even true though?
What?
I know that the Indiana Fever are more popular, but you just said the league lost $50 million.
Yeah, no.
But
well,
you would
everybody
think
plays
the way ESPN treats them equal, you would think that they don't lose money. You would think that the television ratings were really, really high.
No, they're high.
And I don't think that they are unless it's an Indiana Fever game.
That's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
And then the math is what it is.
But regardless, they made more than they ever did, but they still lost.
Got it. And
Yeah.
I just think she's young. She's come up at a time when the league is
her life is great.
As
She's
popular
made
as it's
NIL
ever
money.
been.
She's making money now.
Right.
She's like, her life is great.
Right.
So she can yell from the rooftops. But a lot, like we looked at it, Caitlin Clark's salary was what, $75,000?
That's it.
So then what is the 12th lady's salary on the
40?
So they're not going on strike.
No.
Crazy.
No.
Read the room, Angel.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Just sell your Big
she's
Macs.
A kid. She's got to deal with McDonald's. That's
Dude, she has a Angel Reese #3 with the Sprite.
She has Sprite and McDonald's.
Well, no, I'm just saying,
the
like, she has a combo.
Oh,
she has an Angel Reese combo. Like, yeah, she can do that. She better chill out.
It's funny. So my white twin MJ,
yeah,
has decided to be a WNBA fan.
Good for him.
I'm gonna try my best.
Be nice. Now,
I'm gonna be a supportive dad.
Hey, I love this because see, Mike, MJ tears at him. So Mike's gonna be a lot nicer to the WNBA now.
You
don't want MJ on his ass.
I just defended Angel Reese because she's a kid. And she's
is.
run her mouth a lot since she was in college, talking shit about Caitlin Clark, which is fine.
No, I'm good. It made for good TV.
Villain,
yeah,
whatever.
It made for good TV.
So no, I'm like, so apparently, I did not know this, but the WNBA draft is on April the 14th.
Oh, it is?
He told me. And it's in Dallas, and the Dallas,
it's in Dallas?
And the Dallas Wings have the #1 pick. So I think MJ is going to be a Dallas Wings fan because I'm on the phone the other night, Daddy. So did you know that the WNBA draft's going to be in Dallas?
What'd you say? You said no. You didn't lie.
I didn't lie. I don't lie to my kids. unless they have to, unless it's to
Yeah,
protect them.
yeah, protect them, right?
No, but so MJ's favorite player is Paige Beckers.
Of course,
UConn.
UConn. She's probably going to Dallas.
Gonna go to Dallas. So a Dallas Wings game is probably in
On
my
your
future.
list.
Now I had to remind him, okay, real quick, this is fine. We're gonna have to, as you know, Daddy is a Vegas fan.
Because of Becky.
Yeah, and they
You
won
like
back
Becky.
to that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
former
yeah.
San Antonio Stars.
Got you.
And they went to Vegas. Becky went up there, and boom, they won back-to-back champs. They didn't win last season, but they're still really, really good. So don't forget, we're still Vegas Aces fans too. Yeah, but I really like Paige Beckers. I'm like, all right, well, can we be fans of both? Yeah, I guess so. So a Dallas Wings game's probably in my future.
So when they come down here, drive up, go to a game.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess. Well, maybe. Of course, he lives in Hawaii, so we'll figure it out.
It'd be cool
We'll
if
figure it out.
it'd be cool if you could catch them when they're playing Vegas.
Yeah, so
That'd be cool.
yeah, so I now keep up with the WNBA a little bit more, not a lot, a little bit, and I keep up with Formula One racing more than I ever have.
I know I've run into a lot more people that like Formula One, and it almost makes me want to get into it, but it's tough for me to just watch them drive.
I watched the docuseries.
Oh,
Drive to Survive.
yeah.
And it's awesome. It's badass. Just as a sports fan, it's really great. It's
Those dudes are badass.
and those shows that they're now doing with sport. They did one for golf. There's been a really badass football one. They followed the quarterbacks, Mahomes and Kirk Cousins and Pat and Mariota. And Formula One's got a Netflix series, and it's really, really, really good. And so that's helped me become a bigger follower of Formula One because of my kid. And we're fans of McLaren. And McLaren racers have won the first 2 weeks of the new season.
Those dudes are badasses.
Went 1-2 last week.
Yeah, them dudes are badasses. When
those
they're
drivers,
yeah,
oh
they're
my God.
badasses.
They're better at what they do than anybody else is at what they do on the planet. Because there's only like 14 of them.
Yeah, and you got to be like 113 pounds. They're like
they're
horse
young
jockeys.
You
You got to be
They're
skinny
young.
as hell to get in that car.
Yeah, you do. I'm way too big to be a Formula One driver. I'm only
never.
5'9".
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get up on that tangent, but
That's
it's
cool.
just because of my kid. You probably see me in a McLaren shirt. Don't get shocked if I come in here in a Lando Norris shirt.
Shout out to MJ.
And don't get shocked if I go get a Paige Beckers Wings shirt soon. I support my kid,
That'd be
man.
a dope jersey.
It might be.
Paige is the truth.
It might be. She is good. All right, it's in the building. We got lots of sponsors and supporters, and I appreciate it. We got folks in here in the chat. Thank you very much. We still have sponsorship opportunities for the barbecue. We need a dumpster sponsor. I need a supply sponsor. If you're interested in helping the barbecue as a sponsor, supplies is $500. All right. It's a great write-off for your business. Maybe you can get 5 of your buddies. Y'all can all split it.
Yeah.
We need teams as well. We're short on teams. I'm in full-blown panic mode. You know how I get this time of the year.
I know, I get it.
We need at least 10 more barbecue teams. It's only $150 to have your barbecue team come and participate in the cook-off. Reach out to me about getting your team signed up. Again, it's a great write-off. You don't have to be Bela Lugosi. You don't have to be some world Michelin chef. Just get your ass in here and cook for these kiddos, man. All right? All right. Show also brought to you in part by our brand new sponsor.
We got a new sponsor. We got some new money.
We got a new one. So it's a returnee.
Oh, yes.
It's a returnee. And they usually check in here once a year or so because it's tryout season. So I want to re-welcome an old new sponsor, San Antonio City Soccer Club. It's the biggest soccer club in town, multiple fields all over the city. And they've got tryouts coming up in May, and we're going to help them promote their tryouts coming down. This is the premier destination for elite youth soccer in San Antonio. They're recruiting players born between 2007 and 2015.
Okay.
All right. For their new player. So they call them, I guess they don't call tryouts anymore. That's an old term. It's player placement event. That's all right. It's a player placement event. They come out, and what that is, they don't want people to be scared off. Oh, I can't make I'm not one.
Okay.
They're going to place you in an appropriate level.
That, you know what?
On the
that
skill
does
level.
change it.
That does change it.
That does change it.
Yeah. So these are all coming down in May. 3 convenient locations in San Antonio. Top tier soccer is accessible too. I mean, I'll be talking about the best players in the city down to new players and stuff. State of the art training environments.
So they'll place you if you come out. They'll place you somewhere. You're not getting sick.
Correct.
So
Yeah, you're not going to get thrown to the wolves.
It shouldn't
no,
be
no,
called
no.
trial then. Okay, I like this.
No, it's
I
a
like
placement.
this.
It's a placement event. But for the elite players, I mean, this league is awesome. It's a pathway to the highest levels. They have an elite girls academy, exposure to college scouts, pro opportunities, college recruitment support. They provide showcase opportunities, all kinds of guidance to help players get noticed by college coaches, college staffs. So from, novice, pretty good players all the way to the best in the city, elite coaches, licensed, experienced coaches that are totally dedicated to these kids and their development. This is a club, and I've been around this club. I happen to have a field named after our people at this league.
This guy.
Feels
Humble
like
brag.
family up
Humble
there.
brag. The girls are May
It's
6th
a
through
strong
8th, right?
community. Yes, sir. So register for their placement events now
Then we'll put my
at their
7-year-old in
website.
there. 6-year-old.
Bookie's putting all the different information up on the screen. It's sacitysc.com/PPE. But I'll tweet out, and I'll tweet out what the link looks like here in a minute. But the girls' placement comes down May 6th through 8th. The boys is May 12th through 14th. So contact SA City Soccer Club and get your boy or girl signed up for a placement
I'm gonna
event
take
and
my
see where
6-year-old,
where they go.
I'm
I
gonna
think she'd
see-
have a good
Yeah,
time, man.
I'm gonna just let her get out there and run around.
You should. Absolutely.
She wants to. She's my last hope at an athlete.
She's got energy too.
Yeah, my 29-year-old didn't work. Teenager didn't work. She's my last hope. Hopefully she could be my little Gigi. Yeah.
Speaking of your kids, I got a kick out of your posts over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
You'd have thought Rudy was traveling in a foreign country in the middle of the city he lives in because he's a fucking suburbanite.
Well, first of all, what's a suburbanite?
Someone
When you
who,
posted that when you commented that, I was like,
Yeah.
I laughed
yeah.
because I read it in your voice. But what's a suburban?
Welcome to Inside Loop 410, sir.
No shit.
Rudy acted like the Pearl was some foreign place that I'd have thought you were in Canada. How
Yeah.
was your day with your babies at the Pearl?
It was great.
You don't
it was a good
clearly
time.
have never gone.
I
I'm
mean,
so proud of you for
my-
getting outside of your comfort zone and actually
Exactly.
seeing the real part of our town.
my wife and kids, they go to the Pearl all the time.
Sure,
I
I'm sure
always-
she felt
yeah.
beaten down by you having to tell you where everything was and what everything is.
I was like, it was a Sunday. I don't leave my house on Sundays. Like that's my day to me.
uh-huh.
But the girls and my wife were like, you never do anything with this. Come on, come on. So I was like, all right, let's go. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool. It was cool. I had
It
a
is cool.
great time. I didn't realize San Antonio got outside and walked and rode bikes. I did.
Don't I always tell you how we go hiking the river all the
You
time?
do.
Brack Park.
I didn't expect it to. It was packed. I know now that has to do. It was great weather this weekend,
It was great.
but I was like, damn, people got their dogs, they got their walking shoes, they got bikes.
Yeah.
It's like healthy food. Then you got a non-healthy food. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Did y'all have lunch?
Yeah, we
Okay,
did. I
you
had
go
like
to a restaurant or did you
no,
go
we
to
just
the
got a
food
little
court?
I just did the little huts.
Oh,
and
you
the little
sampled
food
the
court.
market.
Yeah, just sampled the
Yeah,
market.
they have the market. Now, when you
I
go
had a
back,
beignet that was dangerously
I feel
good.
like you and I should go do a bit for the show now
I think we have to.
because we don't let a week go by that I'm not there once.
Yeah.
I buy groceries there sometimes.
Okay.
They've got an amazing, sounds so bougie. They have a great wine selection in the public market. And
Yeah.
They have like a grocery store there, and they have an amazing wine setup, and they have 2 badass restaurants in there.
See, I didn't do.
And they
all
also have a really great food court, and they also have badass restaurants. My buddy owns a couple of them. Shout out to our good buddy Jerome Philippe.
that. What up, Jerome?
Jerome and Philippe, they're the co-owners of Southerly, and they own Mon Joujou, the French
Suddenly
bistro.
is really good. Them
Yeah,
damn
man.
whatever those biscuits are, those are dangerous.
Yes, sir.
And I had a beignet to die for. Like
Good.
again, I can't be eating those a lot.
It's all
but-
local, those farmers markets.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
They
good
got
on Rudy.
juice bars and shit though. I was like, oh, this is dope. I had a great time. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, hey, y'all all right at the Pearl.
Yeah. No, dude. So I almost feel like we had
It was
to,
like my
you know
first
what?
time going to the golf course. So I was like scared to go to the golf course. Then I got there and everybody was awesome. That's how the Pearl was. I was like, these people foo-foo and Fifi and high bar. And I was like, oh, y'all are cool.
You know what?
What? I didn't.
You
know.
are so Fifi and high bar. In your heart, you are.
Am I?
Yes. As soon as this show explodes, you're going to. Can't you see him now, Bouquet, coming in here? His car is going to change.
Yes.
Oh
He's
yeah,
going to
that's for
have
sure.
designer clothing on.
No,
Yes.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Some big, like, you know, Louis
$700
Vuitton bag.
Yeezy shoes.
No,
or
hell
something.
no. I'm past them. I'm almost 50.
He might even go to Turkey and, you know, get those implants.
It
by
was
the
dope,
time. Who
though.
knows?
Shout out to the Pearl. Good
Shout
time.
out to the Pearl. Rudy discovered it this weekend. I'm proud of you. Very
In
good.
the daytime, anyway.
This
yeah.
is a great big city, isn't it? There's 2 million people in
There's
this
a lot
town.
to do. San Antonio is. I bag on my city sometimes because I feel like the people that run the city are stuck in stone ages.
Some
but
still are.
But we've came a long way.
Well,
The city's grown, and
yes.
we're a lot more popular. Like, nobody really wants to talk about it, but I'll say it. Like, I've been outside in this city since my teens. This city's come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Long way.
Well, the real
Screw you,
estate scene
Agapito.
here, the real estate scene here, designer rompers.
Such an ass. He's such an ass.
Our
What's
real
up?
estate scene inside 410 in the downtown area is incredible, which is why the Spurs are going to move the arena in downtown.
Which is why we continue to get Final Fours with the shitty Alamo Dome.
We still get Final Fours. The Missions are getting ready to put a new ballpark up. So many more people now live and play and spend their free time even in inner city San Antonio. And it's great. It's wonderful. When I moved here in 07, that Pearl area was a dump. There was nothing.
It was nothing.
It was a brewery. It was a half-ass brewery. I
Yeah.
think it was closing down. Or
I almost
something.
got married
Now
at
it's
the
incredible.
bar.
Really?
It was
That's
one.
cool.
It was the final two.
Mhm.
We ended up going to Spring Branch, but yeah,
The restaurant scene at the Pearl is probably the best pound for pound
enclosed where you can just
restaurant
walk.
area
Yeah.
in Texas.
Texas,
And I don't think it's close. No, yeah.
Texas.
Yes.
Damn.
We're talking about a half a mile in landmass where you've got Kariki, the Boiler House, down on Grayson, Southerly,
Green.
Monshushu.
Didn't
Dude,
you go to Green recently?
they just moved actually.
Oh, they
Green
moved,
out
okay.
of the Pearl. They're
Okay,
not,
they're
but they're not far from the Pearl.
Gotcha.
They have more pound for pound badass restaurants in one little tiny area than any area, certainly in Texas, and probably one of the best in America. You know the story of the Emma Hotel, right?
Yes.
Which, by the way, is a 5.5-star hotel.
Yes. I didn't know that until I came over
you know
here.
the story
you
of the
told me.
Emmas?
The wife
Where the
and the
guy
girlfriend.
was married.
Yeah.
The guy was married to a lady named Emma and was banging two girls named Emma. And one of the Emmas killed the other Emma, and the wife wound and then killed the guy.
Yeah.
And then the two Emmas went to jail for a little bit. The two Sanchez, both named Emma, they served jail time and went about their lives. And the guy got killed by one of them, and the wife took over the company and led it to one of the best companies in America in the first half of the 20th
players
century.
Stay there now?
Most of the guys do, yeah.
Oh,
I know the
NBA
Rockets do. The
Yeah,
Mavs
the NBA,
do.
yeah, I know the NBA.
Yep.
Some NBA teams stay there now.
Yeah. About Mike taking a shot.
What?
As soon as you take MJ to see the Wings, he's going to want to go to the Mavs instead. You're probably right about that.
It happened with his older team.
It absolutely
Was
did.
that Sam?
Sam wanted to go see the Silver Stars so bad, who are now the Vegas Aces. And I finally, all this hype, weeks of waiting, and I wanted to make it a big deal, daddy trip, and got there, and it's halftime, and we go to the restroom, and we're gonna get something to eat, and it's like, Daddy, let's go to the Spurs next. Next time, let's go to the Spurs.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God,
Ain't
never been back.
Ain't been back. That's hilarious.
Oh, geez. It is in the building, presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store of In the Building.
It's your last week for March specials, man.
This is it. Get your ass in there and tell me you want some of the special hookups.
Get that brunette gin. $9.99 a big ass liter.
Give me some of that
Especially if you're gonna
burn
make just like a drink with it. That's a great deal. You got the Svedka vodka, half gallon, $19.99. And then you got the Cuervo 4-packs, which if you get 2 or more, you get 10% off. Best deals in town. Make sure you tell them In the Building sent you. And did y'all happen to see Mike's video with the cup challenge? That was funny. I ain't gonna lie, I was rooting for Nina.
Were you?
How did you not let her win, bro?
I don't let folks win nothing.
That is so fucked up.
She wins. That's the first of all the bits that woman's made me do. That's the first time that I actually
Oh, okay.
Actually outdid her.
Okay.
Normally I get annihilated. We did tortilla challenge.
Yeah.
I can't even think of all the damn things that woman's made me do. But the cup challenge, I got her.
Where'd y'all do that? In front of number 6?
That was the one in
Bulverde?
Stone Oak. Yeah,
Yeah, number
Bulverde and
6.
Evans. Yes, sir.
Good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Go check out my social for that, baby. For that. And make sure as Rudy says, all Texas cheer liquors all across the city.
Yeah.
And mentioned in the building.
I made up
5%
my own
off.
cocktail bag last week called Sex on the Balcony.
I saw that.
It's
Sex
called-
on the balcony.
Yeah, you know, when you're out of town, you want to get nasty.
Okay.
You should fuck on the balcony sometime.
Trying to think if I ever have. Probably. Can't remember right off the
Yeah,
head.
it was Hennessy,
Okay.
Don Julio 1942,
Jesus, dude.
Grand Marnier, rum. Now, what AD said we're going to do, probably add a splash of Sprite for some sweetness. But go in there and ask them for the Sex on the Balcony bag.
Oh, they're
and
making the bags for
we'll
sale.
put it together.
Okay.
It ain't made yet, but
Oh, the
just tell
Rudy
them, hey,
special.
I want the Rudy Sex on the Balcony. And they'll, you know what? Yeah. Go in there and ask them for the Sex on the Balcony.
And then don't forget to mention in the building to get
Hell
5% off Sex on the balcony. All right, let's do a little sports diddling, shall we? Presented by Slackers, the official sports bar of the
Sports
building.
diddling?
Little sports diddling. There's some athletes doing things in the media that has gotten out, I should say.
Okay.
Across the media. So Tiger Woods, we talked about Tiger's new girl the other
so
day.
fucking awkward. He's such an awkward dude, Mike.
So it got out a couple of weeks ago that Tiger has been dating for a while, it turns out.
Ex-Trumper, right?
Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. So the former daughter-in-law of President Trump. And he's been with her for a while. And they're like kids have even hit it off. Like Charlie, who's a rising golfer in the state of Florida. His school won state last year with him on the team. And it turns out that her daughter's a good golfer too. She just got a full scholarship to go play at the U.
Damn.
So there's some golf in that family. Well, okay, great. We reported on that a couple of weeks ago, had yucks about it, whatever, we moved on. Now all of a sudden, I guess because it's gotten out, Tiger felt compelled to go ahead and to tweet out photos of him and Vanessa Trump. She kept the last name, good for her.
Smart.
That name will get you in all the good restaurants. Yes. And basically said, look, yeah, love is in the air. We're dating, and here we are. We're happy. Please respect our privacy. So Tiger Woods goes public with his relationship to ask for privacy.
Dude, but the photo shoot.
And the photos were weird
the
because he's a major
photos,
door.
you could tell like he was like, hey, let's take a picture, and I'm going to tell everybody to respect our privacy.
Yeah.
But he's such an awkward dude. Like,
so awkward.
He's awkward, dude. But I mean, he's the GOAT.
Privacy.
He's the GOAT. But that's the hammock. Like, I'm okay with the side-by-side standing up. But the hammock.
Yeah, what are we doing?
He looks so stiff.
Yeah.
Like, did you get it? Okay, get up.
You know, right?
Like, what are you doing, dog? You late punch Tiger. Like, you can't even do a photo shoot without being awkward. You put your shades and your hat on in the hammock. Like, bro, you're weird. I love him. He's the GOAT.
He's weird.
But he's weird. He's so he grew up such a dweeb. He can't undweeb himself.
Correct. He can't undweeb himself. That's the reason why he's had so many issues. Like he bangs everything that moves
because he wasn't
because he
getting
was a nerd.
Yeah, poor dude.
And then he got money, and his way of dealing with it was let's bang everything. I'm proud of him for this one. I doubt this lasts any longer than his other relationships. Well, yeah, white blonde.
He likes to play in the snow.
Here's what's different about this is older Snow.
Oh, how old is she?
I don't know, but she's got 5 kids.
She got 5?
5.
Nah, I'm not dating you if you got 5.
Rudy. For more, here's Rudy Johnson. Go ahead. Why is that? Why is that?
I max out at 4.
Why is that?
Oh, if I was, first of all, I'm married, but I max out at 4. Because now we got 7. Like now we now if we all go out to eat, I got to call ahead. Like, how do you get a table for 9?
That's not what you meant.
How do you get a table for 9?
That's not what you meant. That has nothing to know. You said that because you think she's tore up now.
No, I don't think.
That's
no, I didn't even
said
think that. No, they give me a couple extra stitches. She's 5 kids for real.
All 5 with Don Jr.
So then, does this change the relationship with Big Don and Tiger? Because they're boys. Like, how you gonna
Got it.
How you gonna date my son's ex-wife and we still be cool?
That is weird.
Right?
I know.
Because Don and Tiger are tight.
They play all the time. Maybe they don't give it.
Like,
maybe Rudy, they don't give a shit about women.
So this
they don't
tells
care
me
about bouncing them around.
Yo, when I see shit like this, because Big Don and Tiger been cool for a while. So that means he's been around Don Jr. and Vanessa. So you've been plotting on banging my wife for a minute.
I don't think they give a shit. Look at the track record of Donald Trump and Tiger Woods when it comes to their women. They roll through them every 3 years. I mean, the first lady is a store-bought lady from overseas, for fuck's sake. They don't give a shit about women. Tiger Woods is terrible relations. Hey, I've been divorced twice. I said, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here.
No,
I love women. I don't know that Tiger Woods knows shit about women. They're expendable to him.
Oh, damn, dog. Like you.
If
I'm Junior, I'm like, Pops, you still cool with this dude?
I don't think Junior gives two shits because he don't give a shit about women neither. These guys, they're masochists. I mean, not masochists. They're I don't know. They're anti-women. What the hell's the word?
Misogynist.
Misogynist. Thank you, Jose. Dude, look how Tiger dumped the last one. He didn't even do it. The brunette, rare brunette that he had.
Didn't he just like have her stuff put outside?
He had her. They had his people trick her into leaving the house. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go somewhere," and he took off out of town. So she's in a house. Tiger's people approach her and say, "You and Tiger are no longer dating. We have some sheets here. We want you to sign. You're no longer dating." And she's like, "Fuck you! I'm not leaving the house." And so she refused to leave the house. So Tiger couldn't get her to leave, but he didn't have the balls to tell her himself. So he had.
When you're Tiger, don't you get to break up like that? Like, hey,
no, because in Tiger's case, he's chicken shit because he's a dork. He's a dweeb. Yeah. I'm so scared. What am I saying? And so he has his people go back to her a week later and go, "Okay, fine.
That's kind of
we're gonna make up. We're gonna fly you to Tiger because she wanted to make up with Tiger. She wanted to fix it. So they somehow trick her and take her to the airport, thinking she's going to fly somewhere and meet Tiger. They get her there and say deuces, and they leave her. They gave her a free flight if she wanted to take it, but it was not to go meet Tiger. They literally tricked her out of the house. Rather than Tiger say, "Get the fuck out, we're done," he had his people do it. This is not a guy who gives two shits about women.
Okay.
So I don't think, going back to what your original question, I think how President Trump may be high-fiving Tiger over banging.
Like, I'm glad you got her out of our hair.
Don Jr. may not give a shit either.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't know they had 5.
Yeah, she's got 5 kids. Yeah.
So they got 7. So that's 9 people at the restaurant.
Yeah, but I don't.
It's a lot of people at a restaurant.
I know that Charlie and Kai is her name, the golfer.
So he can't bang her because they're stepsisters.
No, they're not. Well, they're not married. It's not illegal. It would be very Floridian if they did bang. You talking about Charlie banging Kai? And honestly, Tiger'd probably high-five him for that. They don't give a shit about women. These are billionaire, weird, misogynistic type guys. These are toxic males, Jose. How's that?
Do you have anybody that associates of yours, not friends, but associates that went after your exes?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked because guys are guys.
I unfortunately have a story.
Let's hear it.
One of my first relationships in Texas was an ex of my buddies. Well, not really ex. They just had relations, and then I was just there for the sloppy seconds.
Wait, okay. So they were they serious?
But how old were you?
This was sophomore year of high school.
Oh, that don't count.
Oh, Jesus, dude, that don't count.
That don't count.
Sloppy seconds.
That don't
what
count.
A horrible phrase.
Everybody passed out in high school shit. That don't count.
Meanwhile, Rudy texted me this morning. What? Is Heat player Jamie Jaquez Jr. smashing Eric Spoelstra's ex-wife?
That's what they're saying, dude. So you know how these Instagram people are. They've been doing some investigating, and Jaime Jaquez Jr., UCLA second-year player, Eric Spoelstra's ex-wife, who Pat Riley, so cool, like, hey, I'm gonna wait till you get divorced, and then I'll give you an extension.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, I do.
But she's been liking every single one of his posts. Her and Jaime's mom, speaking of Eric Spoelstra's wife, have become buddies. Reports are he's been helping her pay all her bills, buying her cars, taking her on trips, buying her jewelry. And all of a sudden, Jaime's minutes have dropped significantly.
That is effed up if true.
If it's true, because could just be internet rumors, but if it's true, that's foul, right?
All the women in Miami, you're gonna bang.
That's all I'm saying.
Ex-wife.
That's all I'm saying.
That's tantamount to fucking your buddy's ex-wife, fucking your coach's ex-wife, and you work for the guy every day. No,
that's too close, right?
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong on Jaime Jaquez or whatever the hell his name is. That's a Mexican dude from UCLA, right?
Yeah.
How's he doing, by the way? He's pretty
He's
good.
good.
Yeah, but his minutes have gone down
a little bit. And here in the recent games, his minutes. So you got Jimmy Butler gone, and now you possibly have Jaime Jaquez banging Spo.
Is it Jaquez?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Jaime Jaquez.
I don't know if this is true, but if it's true, Pat Riley has to trade him.
Yeah, that's just wrong by Jaquez. That tells me that he just has no boundaries, and he's extremely immature. And by the way, I'm assuming that Eric Spoelstra's ex-wife is older than Jaime Jaquez.
Oh gosh, yes.
So you're cougarizing. Dude, that sounds like he's a.
She has a podcast. She has a podcast where she rips Spo all the time.
Oh, no wonder she's the ex-Mrs. Spo. So he married the wrong gal.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. She's fucking one of your players. That's probably the wrong gal. And that should be a red flag to Jaquez too. But he probably don't give a shit because he's probably going to dump her in 6 months to a year anyway. Because once again, these over-the-top, famous athlete type dudes, they bounce these chicks around like ping pong balls. That's why you have all these reality shows. You got these women. Oh yeah, I've been with 4 or 5 NBA players. They just get passed around.
Yeah, it's weird.
The sports groupies or
it's
whatever.
Weird.
It's weird. And I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't participate in that.
No.
Like you hear about, oh yeah, she's got a baby with Future and she's got a baby with this
Bow
rapper
Wow.
and that.
Oh yeah,
player.
Future, Bow Wow, and your DB.
Trayvon Diggs.
Same baby mama. Same baby mama.
There ain't no piece of pizza worth all that drama. Not one.
Remember, Matt Barnes drove 2 hours to kick Derek Fisher's ass for dating his ex.
Other way around. Other way around. Fisher drove.
No, it was Barnes drove to kick.
Sure about that?
Barnes drove to beat up Fisher.
Oh,
yeah.
But who won the fight?
Barnes.
So Barnes did whoop Fisher's ass.
Top the fence.
Oh, I had that mixed up.
Yeah, no, Barnes drove because they were teammates.
But it makes sense that Fisher would be banging somebody's ex-wife because Derek Fisher's a dick.
You think Derek Fisher's a dick?
Yeah, he's a slimy dude.
You think so?
I do. It's funny how you look at guys differently once you get to know them a little bit after they're done playing. Because 20 years ago, I would have told you, oh, Derek Fisher's a stand-up guy.
That's how I see him.
And I would have told you that Matty Barnes was a kind of a gangster because of his look and his edge.
Sure.
And I watch All the Smoke all the time.
Barnes is a cool ass.
Matt Barnes is a badass.
Yeah.
Derek Fisher's a dick.
Oh, didn't he use his kid to get out of Utah to get back to LA?
Absolutely.
That's right.
He fudged the severity of his kid's illness to get out of the Utah Jazz to go to the Lakers. Just go tell him you want to be traded.
Yeah.
You use a kid's illness to get.
That's weird.
That was gross. Yeah, Fisher's a bad guy. Barnes is a cool guy. We are the best podcast in the city. We are done. Thank y'all very much. It is in the building. Share this show. Like this show. Subscribe to this show. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. One subscription, and you can watch all the things we do. Thank you very much to I owe Julian a coaster. Thank you to those that watched it.
No members. Hosey's got to go.
No members today. Perhaps Thursday.
For sure Thursday.
I'm thinking Thursday.
Yeah,
I'm
going to
good
roll
to
them.
do Thursday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Damn, I know, show.
Yes, for sure Thursday. That's right. Absolutely Thursday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jose Bouquet. Thanks to those that watched it. Thanks to those that listened to it. Thanks to those that are sharing this thing and subscribing this thing, building this show. We are a rising show. We're on the map in this city. Let's get beyond. Come on, San Antonio. Let's have more shit we can be proud of. Orale. Love you all hard. FTech.
Anthem TV, a free streaming digital community. With a click of a mouse or a tap on your phone, you have instant access to free TV shows, movies on demand, music, pay-per-view events, and so much more. Download Anthem TV on your smartphone, smart TV, or any streaming device and enjoy instant access. Subscribe and download Anthem TV today.